The Almighty. It's not a if, when, or but. It's not a might. It's the all will. You hold on to the death of a favorite cat drowned in that tub and you'll go. You'll go to the place where you're necessary to find your truth. Hide behind anything you can. Flowers that blow, kind enough for the wind, or recline enough for sip. Below conscious tale of joy, declare fair round face, velvet paw, emerald eyes, heard applause. She gazed but a missing tide. Two angels form and seem to glide. Stream, fine hue riches the purple. View betrayed, golden gleam. Halfless nymph, wonder of Saul. Whisker first, then a claw, then an ardent wish. Stretched in vain to reach the prize. A female heart can go despise. Adverse to fish. Presumptuous as what looks intent. Stretched again to be bent. Go between mileage and enough to be smiled. Slippery verge, the feet beguiled. Tumble headlong, emerging from the flood. Muted every song, and this is where all the regard. Speedy age descended, no dolphin came. Cruel, favor has no friend. Instant beauty, undeceiving, no one false, a step is death retreat. Caution and bold, tips and wandering eyes. Healers' hearts and lawful prize of this glister gold. An ode to that distant prospect. Spire enough for the tower. Crown your watery glade, this is grateful silence. Science is still adores that holy shade. Stately brow from the heights and spans below. Grove, lawn, and distant med. Surveyed enough for turf and shoes to shade the hooves of flowers and marble. Wander's wanderings of the who's along the way. Happy hills and pleasing shades, and just to find the beloved in vain. Once am I careless, strayed, and doth the stranger yet to pain. Feel the gaze. Gales and what you blow for the monetary to find a blissful beast. Waving fresh through glass. This to find a weary soul with its needs, suffering blood. You breathe. Second. Spring. Scene. Sprightly. Race. Disporting. Green. Paths. Treasure. Foremost. Delight. Arms the glassy wave. And if you can find it just a preg, I can succeed enough for chase. Rolling circle speed and urge of firing ball. Someone earnest in the business bent. Murmuring in the labors of the supply against. Gravers and hours that to bring to constraint. Sweeten that liberty for the bolding of vestures. If you find disdain and limits in their own reign. Unknown regions dare. Still as they run, they look behind. Hear a voice in every wind and snatch a fearful joy. Gaze hope was there by the fancy that fed that less pleasing with the possessing of a tear. Forgot as soon as shed. The sunshine of the breast of this is fine and health of rosy. You, wit, invention, new, liveliest cheer, vigorously born, thoughtless day. Easy night, spirits pure, slumbers, light, fly, approach. The morning, regardless of the doom for the little victims in play. No sense of them from all of what's to come, for no bear for beyond the day, for this is how all around the way wait that for the minister defining human fate, and this is black and misfortunate for the felling of a train, and this is where the ambushes stand, and that's the seeds of the prey. Ban. The men are the men. Shall the fiery passion to tear for the vulture of the mind. Disdainful enough of anger for the panic you'll fear. Shame that skulls behind a pending in the love that shall waste your youth. Jealousy, the wrangling of a tooth, and just be the gnaw of the secret of your heart. Fated care, the discomfortless of despair for the piercing dart. Ambition, this shall no attempt to rise, this the rolling of the wretched eye, enough of the scorn face. Sacrifice, grinning infamy. Sings those stings on falsehood, enough for shell tried hard, unkind and alter eye. This mocks a tear to force a flow to again define a remorse of blood to this defile for the mood, to the madness in the loud, laughing wide enough for the severes of woe. Veil, years beneath, only I can find the truth of seeing painful family of the death, and this is more the hideous than the queen. Wrecks the joint, fires the veins, laboring in this new for the stranger. This is find a deeper vital for the rage. This is poverty for the feeling of the band, for the numbs your soul, for the icy hand, slow consuming age. All of what's the suffering, all the men for condemned and like to groan, the tender for the another pain, enough for unfeeling his own, for this is shouldn't over their fate. Sorrow never comes too late, and happiness is too swift to fly. Destroy the paradise with never ignorance is bliss and folly to be wise. You would be gone. You'd be left with the memory, and staying for one day at last stream. This to hold the beckoning, gaze without a surprise, rubbernecking with your eyes. This is shuddering for the clang of the steel, for wagons move towards that eternal, for the sudden silence, and I was here for the storm clouds. So this was sickness and fled. My breath flickering of eyes, and I saw my brother with the bed. And this gazing without surprise, and helpless enough to move yourself with the hands and this a clown. To the rhythm of the chest, and you can find that desire to move the wrestling sounds of this cypress trees, streams that flow across the vast of prairie, seeking the season that the findings don't exist, and this sign of insistence, vain aside, the same is more ever distant. We will only look at each other from stone down by the waterfall, shuffling over the bare feet, dancing over the edge of it. For the shimmer now, for the shimmer this is one to keep the old steps to the beat of it. Walk that for the scrubby stick. You have that gathering of the sun, soft as you go for the has no bones, soft you go for the gathering of the wind, for the neck, for this flute, for the hymns of the flux of it, for the concealing of the flow. Snake your spirit just matter. As a new intelligence, knowledge and extinguishing the last of the beautiful, the fires of worship of the failing and prolonged, for the walking back home for your pedestrian daylight and the residence and the humbler than what you find left behind, for the door without the mystery, for the room without the thing, for the hour that we spent complicit enough for the window, for the overlooking of the garden. Observe arrangement, the rust of that gray vagueness, the center of that slow persistent movement. All we find in this changement for displaying enough we had time for the transfer of citizens and bent back when we fall for the falls of the solitarily, for the permanent for the dust, particular enough for the mind for theory, the disenchantment, your fat, come across the balls of this world around it. More with a stamp of the finger for the guest who rearranges, minute for the host, turn to that, the fix the cocktail. He sees it after the will of the way, falls to breathe, with the virtue branch, with the arch, with the interlacing glass, which your hands, dangle enough for the leaf of the parchment, very arranged, large array, primitive for the bird shapes, and they're confined to passive for the feather, shaking the aftermath. Nothing we would do to ever be content. Leaving by the way we found enough to lie to love you, with enough that I call you for long to drag this practically. Enough for the keeping yourself with the way for dying, not the calling a person so beautiful enough that you can see the awkwardness. Actual sidewalk, walk beside the distant answers anyway. When they're not safe and I can fall and fail to sleep beside the concrete refuse, apologize that a sparrow could sat behind a spell. Windowsill. Today I can find communicating your new intelligence. The goal of objectives. Depend upon that faith in one accuracy, one's perceptions, which is to say the confidence, the purity for the receiving an instrument, for the won't be dying after all, and I know for the now, but I can go on living busily enough in the hereafter, for the reality, for the health, the depth of this reality, for the room. Perfume of the fire, but which is extinguished, and another will begin. That spider, the ghost and the fly. I love that spider for the born to fly, the velvet, for the spider for ground, the rainbow for the dive, they ate my wings and glowed for the battle, lift the air. I fell into me to the parlor for the whistle, winning of the stair, for to educate yourself and listen to all the taking apart. The ghost came to my honey, the eating of my heart, and I can find a part. I won't remember the time for the uttering of the name, for losing myself in the bold, and not to find a platter for the disadvantage, for this be to find a sweet line. Now the fish and this will be the fisher. Now the time for this to not be alone, the living in the dead. This is translated from this will be all of us said, and I won't die. I won't lose myself, and I won't cry. I won't find the base, and this will be the all the stages left for the world's of riches, and it wasn't cheap enough for the cost of time, but this is time and place, and this is time to the size, but enough, especially for the girl, for the who ate that, for the construction, for the working of the father who was unemployed, for the old metaphor, litter for the case of this, to find what's counted for the penis, and did with the hand, enough for the mission of the great secrecy. Purchase whose joy that ran so deep, and 7 years later, enough for evolving tales together again, for the facing of flesh, and it was the birthday for the gifts, and the death for the race, and the people that were here, for the ignorance, hanging scrolls. library books that they were told. The smallest whole figures unimaginable, purposeful, industrious, and fished after the planet for the rights and hiking of a hill for the spiral trail for the legend, temple for the perching upon the woods, found a cloud and waterfall for the bitch and exported for the country.
Music plays
far more beautiful. Artist rapped for the 8-year-old, minute for the end, just to speed the air of the place. This is the 30 for the now slipping to the site. Wait a minute for the this to be the minute for the catch yourself at the holy gopher over tracing this revealing yourself at the apartment door, stuff in the back house, this torn sheets of rain preparing the posing for white photograph.
Music plays
back to the hats of death before leaving the house and circle the endless about. What about the loss of the job, the loss of the coin? You might be found in the street where it's been dropped and not even making the whole again. For this aware to fade to face the care to wear to weather dreamily soft and chalk and floated over to something toward death in remote place, someplace. Imparted the far away for this and imparted to the daughter for the dis of the tether for the between the grave motionless star like a car with a frozen ignition without that electricity for the roots you once seeded for the season. Spoke of those long ways for the ball ways and this is beside the water for the gift of the find a grateful nation. This is all the beats of that for the somehow made it a crowd enough use for the area scenario in case of the souvenir. Makes it I can find the stand up, that's been faded for the what is now living for the this to be the poverty for the deep death for the daughter for the riching of a bounty for the including and tasting giving all for giving grace. Seems a little miracle enough for the being intact. A little for the basic conveying what's making set out to convey, but I can find a spare time for the times of these are days and this is their divine scars. And enough for the savor to you, I can give it over the road of the occasion for the pilgrim, with the leave for the winning and the winding of a hill for the station guarding what you find beautiful enough about for this to hold the world's riches still inside your heart.
71.
That ain't sexy. You gotta challenge me. That ain't sexy, nigga. You gotta challenge me.
Never
can't spend a night, nigga. What the hell you adamant about nigga?
Say it again. What? I can't. One more time. Speak a little loud.
Why you can't spend a night, nigga? What the hell you adamant about, nigga?
Because I don't want to make sure to take off.